How you going, everyone? Nick here, and we are back doing something a little bit different today. Going to be having a look at my sim rig and all of the parts that it is made up of. Some of you guys have been asking in the comments what sort of gear I have and the sorts of bits and pieces that I've bought and how I record my videos, etc. I thought we'd have a quick look at my extremely poorly cable managed and untidy sim rig and room. Look, I think everyone's in the same boat on that one unless you're particularly picky on that sort of stuff, so we'll get there eventually. You know, it's probably the least fun component of building up a sim rig, but hey, you know. I will put links to everything that I have in the description below, and if you're looking for any Fanatec gear and if you want to support the channel, there are links to my affiliate links in the description as well. So if you purchase anything through those links from Fanatec, I do get a small commission as well. So if you'd like to support me by doing that, please do. Otherwise, let's get stuck into the video and have a look. Okay, so here it is. Some of you guys have been asking me about my rig and what sort of stuff is on it. So here it is in all its non-cable managed glory, as you can see on the floor down there. And this rig is a Trak Racer TR80, which is an 80/40 profile rig. So not as rigid as some of the others, like a SimLab P1X, for example, but certainly does the job. And I've got a DD1 mounted to it, which is doing its job absolutely fine, and there's no flex or anything like that. So having a look at the rig, as I mentioned, Fanatec DD1, awesome wheelbase. And that's currently mounted to the rig with a SimCore two-piece mounting solution. So that's a 120mm, I believe, piece of profiling. And you have to buy this in two separate parts. So you can get this part, which is the mounting components for the wheelbase, and then you get the actual rig mounting components, and they'll custom cut, use some pieces of aluminium profile to match your rig width. On the front, we've got the McLaren GT3 V2 rim, and that has been upgraded to the metal quick release as well to unlock the full torque of the DD1 when using this. It comes with a plastic quick release by default, and will limit the torque output of the DD1 if you're using that. We've also got, if my camera will focus on it, a SimCore USB D480 dash, which is currently running the GSI Gomez Sim Industries dash UI. It's very pink at the moment. It doesn't do that when you're in a race. That's just the color that it shows when it's sitting idle, and it's also the color that flashes when you need to change gear as well. So moving around, we've got a AOC AGON 34-inch 100Hz GSync ultrawide monitor. That's a lot to say. But that's what I used to use on my desktop. I decided to swap that out and put it on my sim rig. And on top of that, we've got what is this? A BenQ 1080p, nothing fancy, 27-inch 60Hz monitor that I just use for OBS and things when I'm recording videos, etc. Speaking of recording videos, we've got my Sony Alpha A6000 camera that I use, which is mounted to the rig with the Elgato mounting solution there. Goes down to a bit of aluminium profile that I stuck to the edge of the monitor stand. That works quite well. It's really good positioning. I think it's perfect actually for what I'm doing, and it looks quite good. Only records in 1080p, but that's more than enough for a little webcam in the corner, I think. And then above that, we've got the Elgato Keylight. This is just the small one. A little bit pricey, if I'm honest, this thing, but you know, does the job. Allows you to change color temperature and things using the app on your phone, so pretty cool. Moving down, then we've got the Fanatec Sequential and H pattern shifter. Seems really the only option if you want to keep everything in the Fanatec ecosystem. Pretty good though. Has really nice notchy shifting in the H pattern, and good tension on the sequential mode as well. And then mounted, I should say, to the side of that is the Fanatec Handbrake as well, which is used for rallying and things like that. Now this flashing light box at the back here is an iRacing iFlag from iRacingIFlag.com, I think it is. I'll link it in the description. Now what I did, I actually flashed this back as a standard Arduino RGB matrix display so that it works in SimHub. Previously it only worked with its own software, and that wasn't ideal because I wanted to use it in more than just iRacing. So that now works. It has a little bit of a shield over the front as well because it's very bright. You can change the brightness in SimHub, but you can just put the sunnies on like that anyway. Over to the side, on the side of the monitor mount, we've got my Porsche 918 RSR rim with the carbon magnetic paddle upgrade from Sim Racing Machines, and that's held to the rig with one of these, which is just an eBay special 3D printed Fanatec mount. Pretty useful, those actually work really well. Keeps things nice and tidy. Moving across to the other side of the rig, we've got the Sim Racing special Logitech keyboard there. I think every sim racer has one of these, just mounted to a swivel arm on the side of my rig, and a Microsoft Bluetooth mouse. Nothing special there as well on that mouse tray. And then over to the side here, we've got the Fanatec F1 ESports rim, also mounted with the eBay mount on the side of the sim rig, and this has been upgraded to include magnetic shifters as well, which were from Etsy and only cost about $40 from Canada, which was a bit of a steal if I'm honest. That's a big improvement for this rim. All the way down the bottom, we've got the Fanatec Club Sport V3 pedals, and the brake pedal has been upgraded with the brake performance kit, which I must insist people get if you can. For these pedals, it makes a big difference in pedal feel for the brakes. So that's the rig in all. Pretty happy with it so far. And then if you move over, we've got ye olde computer, which is looking pretty clean and nice and a bit unicorn vomity, I know, with all the RGB, but that's running a Ryzen 9 5900X and a 1080 Ti graphics card, because I certainly can't justify upgrading graphics cards at the current price, and the 1080 Ti is still a more than capable bit of kit, and 32 gigs of RAM as well, and X470 chipset, motherboard, etc. Pretty cool. Last little bit of things that I use for sim racing and videos. I have a Focusrite Scarlett Solo USB audio interface, which my headset is plugged into with XLR, and there's also a Fathead audio booster thingy-majiggy on there so that I can run the microphone at lower gain and reduce noise and clipping. So there you go. That's all she wrote, and that's the rig, and that's the room, and it's tiny and it takes up a heck of a lot of space. Okay, so there you go. That's my rig, my setup, all the other bits and pieces. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. You can suggest anything that I might be missing. If I have some room left to bolt something to, maybe there's something I could get or try out, please let me know. We will be back soon with some more actual sim racing videos, looking at more race room and AMS2, hopefully trying to get into some ranked races in race room. I know I've been saying that for a while. It will happen one day, I promise. And you know, we'll be looking at all sorts of other things as well. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. See ya.